Ah, there it is. Fresh from the American Sports Network's central database, the ASN Elite Eight of college hockey. And they're the teams you might expect to have maintained their consistency at this point of the year. Minnesota Duluth, number one for the second straight week, followed by Denver and BU. Union jumps to number 4 with Boston College, Minnesota, Harvard, and Western Michigan not far behind. Welcome to College Hockey Now. I'm John Evanson along with Brendan Jones. He knows everything about hockey, and he knows quite a bit about Quidditch as well, right?
I do. I went to Harry Potter World this weekend, picked up the Ravenclaw tie, sporting it right now. More of a Gryffindor guy, but I like the way this matches.
You've got some fashion sense.
A little bit.
And so does Ravenclaw. Yeah, I learned something about Harry Potter just now. Let's talk about Union. We mentioned up to number 4. Despite their 4-game winning streak being snapped, but St. Lawrence, what a thrilling ending with 17 seconds left. A great game all around.
Oh, for sure. But 3 guys that find the score sheet almost every night for Union were held off it against the St. Lawrence Skating Saints. No Vecchione, Fu, or Vidmar points in that game. If those 3 don't produce, they don't really win games.
Yeah, an important trio for sure. Speaking of thrilling endings, thrilling overtime when Minnesota Duluth to claim the North Star College Cup Championship this past weekend. They seem to be a number 1 no-brainer ranking across the board.
Yeah, and they proved why this weekend once again. The number 1 thing about this team is their depth. They do it every single game with somebody new. If it's not Alex Iafallo, it's Adam Johnson. If it's not him, it's Kyle Osterberg. The list goes on and on. And then they're backstopped by Hunter Miska, the freshman. He made 30 saves in the championship game, kept them in it actually early on in this when they got outplayed. They also have the most solid D-core in the country. You got guys like Carson Soucy, Neil Pionk, Willie Raskob. These guys know exactly what they're doing. Coach Sandelin has everybody on the same page. They are by far the deepest team in the country.
Well, staying in the Midwest, Wisconsin making more noise than they've made over the past 2 seasons. They swept Ohio State this past weekend. Second game pretty cool, I know, for you as a Rangers fan, at under the lights of Madison Square Garden. Their 5th win over a ranked opponent this season. But that's exciting when you win a game in such a cool venue like that, right?
Oh, for sure. They swept Ohio State at MSG. This is such a fun team to watch. Honestly, one of the most exciting teams to watch in all of college hockey. They're young, they're fast. The Granado brothers and Osiki are doing an unbelievable job reshaping this program. It's the first time they've been ranked since 2014. They're sitting at number 18 as we speak. They are confident. They have progressively gotten better throughout the season. You got guys like Trent Frederick now back in the lineup. Cameron Hughes playing well. Luke Cunnin has been there all year. Grant Bessie, an older guy, playing well. They're also tied with Minnesota for first in the Big Ten standings.
Madison Square Garden, do you find it a little dark in there when you go to hockey games? Is the lighting's a little off?
Maybe for the fans, not really for the players.
All right, cool perspective right there. From a historic standpoint here, Boston College taking down the Fighting Irish in what will be their final regular season game ever, as, of course, Notre Dame moving to the Big Ten. So that was pretty significant.
Yeah, they call it the Holy War over there when these 2 teams play. But another unbelievable game, incredibly fast-paced. Absolute battle, though. BC scored the last 4 goals in the game to come back. Great resiliency. That's what Jerry York was harping on post-game. Big game from Captain Chris Callan. His entire line played well. There were a ton of grade A chances in this one early. Both goaltenders, Wall and Peterson, had big nights in between the pipes. BC tied for first place in Hockey East. Coach York always talking about trophy season. It's about that time.
I have alerts when you send out tweets. And it was Saturday night. It was like one after another, and I said to myself, there's a college hockey goalie who's just going off. And then I realized Miami, Colorado College, there was 2 freshman goalies completely going off. This was an incredible game. How could 2 freshman goalies be so confident?
Yeah, and so poised. This is just the theme of college hockey this year. It's been freshman goaltending, stepping up, playing extraordinarily well for their teams, for their programs. Big win for Colorado College on our air over North Dakota. 45 saves for the young freshman by the name of Alex Leclerc. Been great all year for the Colorado College Tigers. Don't call him Leclerc. It's Alex Leclerc. He's the reason they win games. He's good laterally. Love the way that he's poised in that net. And then once again, Miami freshman Ryan Larkin. Big split for the Redhawks with that Western Michigan team. He was unbelievable as well. 44 saves in the win there for Miami.
In the too obvious wordplay category, Air Force is flying high after a big win over Army this weekend. I didn't need the rim shot. Air Force, huge win for them on so many levels when you beat Army, and of course they're jockeying for positioning as well, right?
Big rivalry game, obviously, but love to see the goaltending play at the height of their game in such a big rivalry game. You had Parker Gahagan for Army standing on his head, the only reason why Army was really in this one. And then Shane Starrett on the other side, he played well when they needed him to play well. He makes those timely saves, doesn't allow teams to erase deficits. So two of the better goalies in Atlantic. This was a huge 4 points for the Falcons. They're now second in that conference. Army just below them, but they're all trying to catch Canisius.
Didn't even realize our graphics person used the same thing as me, flying high. Great minds think alike.
Shore up second place.
Colorado College made a huge buzz a couple of weeks ago when they swept #1 Minnesota Duluth. Now they've got their buzz back on the PK. Brendan Jones breaks it down in B's Breakdown coming up. Plus, this kid from Regina, Saskatchewan was rejected from his hometown team, and man, is it paying off for him and Minnesota Duluth. Details coming up. He's the tallest guy on the Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs. Between his 6'6" height and smooth hockey skills, there must be something in the water in his hometown of Regina, Saskatchewan. But when he was rejected by his hometown team, he put his work ethic into overdrive, much to the delight of Bulldogs head coach Scott Sandelin.
While most Division I college players take the usual route of high school, junior hockey, and then on to their university, one NCHC player has taken the road less traveled. Minnesota Duluth senior defenseman Brendan Kotyk's plan growing up didn't include college hockey.
Here's a chance, they score! They light it back, and it's ripped in! It's stuck in by Kotyk!
The Regina, Saskatchewan native dreamed of playing for his hometown major junior team, the Pats. However, when he didn't get an invite, he turned to the U.S. and Division III Adrian College in Michigan.
Decommitted from Adrian and went to St. Scholastica. Now, when I did that, my goal was obviously to go Division I, and I knew that Duluth had a Division I hockey program.
St. Scholastica is a Division III school less than 2 miles from the Minnesota Duluth campus. After his freshman year with the Saints, Brendan asked UMD assistant coach Jason Herter if he could try out and walk on at the Division I school.
He gave us a call and said, I'd like to try. So I went out and watched him play, and he had lost a lot of weight. He did a lot of work to get back to be able to play any kind of college hockey.
Brendan had to sit out a year due to NCAA transfer rules, but during that year he made the most of his practice time, doing whatever he could to help the team.
He just worked, and when we needed the forwards to play a little harder and get a little grittier, we put him on defense in that year, and then he would play forward when we wanted RD to have to toughen up a little bit, and he played forward in practice.
That work ethic is one of the reasons Brendan has been a regular on the blue line for the Bulldogs. He played 34 games his first year at UMD in 2014-15 and has been in every game this season. His teammates even voted him as an assistant captain for his senior campaign.
He's come in, he's wanted to become a better player. He's worked extremely hard off the rink and on the rink to do that. Gained a lot of respect from his teammates for that. And obviously he's a good person, and I think really good in the room. So all those things combined, kind of lead to him being and wearing one of the letters.
It's been a goal of mine for 5 years now, so I want to take the chance. And I ended up taking the chance, and it's worked out really well for me.
While he's not a regular on the score sheet, Brendan has chipped in a bit of offense when necessary. So far this year, he's averaging a point every 3 games and has a Division I career high in points with 8. But it's his play on the back end that is helping the Bulldogs to the number 4 ranking in the country. He leads the team with 43 blocked shots and is 4th on UMD with a +11 rating.
One team the Bulldogs did not enjoy playing earlier this season was Colorado College. They were able to get to them. I think it was a tie and an overtime win, if I remember correctly. Colorado College, one of their strong points can be the penalty kill. It's been on and off this season, but they are on these days, and that bodes well for them.
Absolutely. We saw it this weekend on our air. 9 for 9 against North Dakota in the win against them. They do 3 things extraordinarily well. They block shots, they're very aggressive, and they have great goaltending. So let's take a look at that
let's
first
take a look at this.
Mason Berg, one of the better offensive players on the team, eats that one in the back. That takes so much heart. It is the character of this Colorado College team that gets them through the PK. You can see right there, Andrew Farney blocks that one, a little dribbler to Leclerc on net. Then one more time, watch, he's behind the net. He's going to get right in the shooting lane, blocks Gersic's shot, and the puck gets cleared right out of the zone. They block shots. It's something they do. Now watch as they are so aggressive. They outnumber the puck on the penalty kill. That's not something you see every day. 3 yellow jerseys on 2 green jerseys, and they get the puck out. And then we'll see it right here. Sticks in the passing lanes, eyes down, feet up, and watch as he just goes right at the North Dakota power play guy and gets a clear. So good stuff right there. We'll see it one more time. Yes, very aggressive stuff. 2 yellow jerseys on 1 green jersey, outnumbering the puck. Not something you see all the time on the PK. And then, obviously, your goaltender needs to be your best penalty killer, and Alex Leclerc has been all season long. Great job in front here, letting Leclerc see the shot. Good job boxing out, and then awesome. No rebound, no second chance opportunities for this North Dakota team this weekend. Colorado College did an unbelievable job on the penalty kill. You'll see it one more time, fighting through a screen of Rhett Gardner right there. He holds it, no rebound. And then one more time, on the one-timer, gets over laterally, no rebound. Colorado College did an unbelievable job on the PK.
You never gave up rebounds at Stony Brook, did you, Jonesy?
Only every other shot.
Every other shot. Well, that type of brilliance is the perfect thing to tee up another solid Friday doubleheader. Maine travels to Providence, followed by a doozy. Cornell taking on an exciting Union team. We'll dig deeper into what will certainly be your Friday night, we guarantee you. Coming up. Hey, welcome back to College Hockey Now. Jonesy, look at this. We've done it again. Just look at this doubleheader on Friday night. Lots to sink our teeth into in these 2 matchups. We'll tee up Cornell and Union in just a sec. But first, Providence is moving up those rankings. But Maine, they're coming off a weekend sweep over UMass. They're still hungry.
Got to keep your eye on 2 freshmen. One by the name of Josh Wilkins for the Providence College Friars. Very good. Second on the team in points. Just a freshman. He's great at making plays. Has a ton of assists. And then Mitch Fossier from Maine as well, another good player. Team struggles to score, but he's been a bright spot for them.
All right, leadership will go a long way in this series. Brendan joins us now with the Providence captain, I do believe.
We are now joined by Jake Walman of those red-hot Providence Friars. Jake, thanks for stopping by College Hockey Now.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, lately, you guys are red-hot, 5 in a row, coming off a few sweeps. What's been the biggest difference in this team from the beginning of the season to now?
Yeah, like you said, we got a lot of new faces, and it was tough to mesh at the beginning, a lot of different styles, but I think we've done a good job of finding the right culture and the right game plan, so we're looking forward to keep that going.
You mentioned a lot of new faces, a lot of young talent needed to acclimate to college hockey. What are some of the things that you could do as a leader, an older guy, to help expedite that process?
I think just letting them know it's a faster game, and I think that every time they come back to the bench, letting them know what they're doing right and what they can improve. And our coaches have done a great job of getting them acclimated, and they now know it's halfway through the year what it's like, and they know what we need to do to be great. So they're all on board.
One of those freshmen, Hayden Hockey, in between the pipes, somebody you obviously have to be on the same page with night in, night out. He was thrown right into the fire as a freshman, but you're a veteran D-man. You've seen some good goaltenders come through this program. What about Hayden kind of reminds you of the previous ones?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Hayden's first year, so we have a strong D-core. We have a big, old and veteran D-core, so that kind of helps him out. He's a great goaltender, and even when we were struggling at the beginning of the year, he was always there grabbing our backs. So it's nice to help him out, and he's doing a great job so far.
Whenever I talk to Nate Lehman or anybody around your program, he says all we needed to do was kind of find that culture that you mentioned a little earlier, finding your identity. It seems as though you guys have. If you could explain or maybe just elaborate a little bit for me what the Friars' identity is now that we're, in the second half of the season.
Yeah, well, we're a hard-nosed team. We compete at all ends of the ice, all areas of the game, and I think our biggest asset is playing hard and finishing our hits, getting the puck deep. Nothing really too flashy. It's just hard-nosed, strong effort from everyone, and I think everyone's on board with that, and that helps shape our culture and our identity.
For sure. Well, for you personally, you got hit with the injury bug last year. We all know you missed the second half of the season, but now you're back. It looks like you're hitting your stride. How do you feel out there?
Yeah, I feel great. Everything's back to normal. Once again, it's the teammates that kind of bring me up, and it's fun coming to the rink every day. It was a little tough last year, but I think I'm back to normal now, and it's great how my teammates are rallying around me. So it's great to have.
What was the toughest part of your recovery process? Because you had to go through a surgery, you had the entire off season. What was the hardest thing to overcome?
I think not being able to play the game I love. Not only the game, but coming here at the rink, being with the family that we've had here. It's tough watching those guys play out there, and you can't really do anything. So, I tried to get healthy as quick as possible and get back helping those guys play.
Well, it's certainly panning out for you this year, poised for a big second half here with the Friars. But this weekend, kind of want to touch on Maine, always a tough team to play against right here on ASN. What is the coaching staff preaching to you guys before they come down?
Yeah, like you said, I think they're a hard-nosed team like us. I think any team that we play, it's the same game plan. We look at it as a challenge every game. We don't look over anyone, and it's going to be a big weekend. It's huge for our confidence to keep our streak going, and like it is for them. So they're going to come in here. We know they're going to be hungry, and we just got to push back.
All right, now I have one last one for you. It's more of a personal get-to-know-you type question. I like to have fun with all the guests here on College Hockey Now. I learned about Joe Gambardella's favorite pizza place in Staten Island. I learned that Mike Vecchione does Zumba class. I learned that my buddy from Cornell loves poutine. Troy Terry is a huge Cowboys fan. What don't I know about Jake Walman?
Jake Walman. Let me see. I have a really big passion to dance. I'm in a class right now, actually, at school here. It's modern dance. It's not really the type that I like necessarily, but I do like looking those Instagram videos up and learning the new dance styles and the new hip stuff that's in. So a couple guys on the team, we like to mess around before practices, and that's probably the fact that nobody really knows. So that's it.
Wow. So what type of dance is your favorite? I mean, to be honest, dancing could benefit you out on the ice. You're probably a little more limber, flexible, agile. Has it?
Yeah, I think it loosens me up a little bit. I just there's not really a specific dance that I like, but I guess whatever's trending right now, I try to copy and bring it to the dressing room. So I think it lightens the guys up.
Wow. Well, hey, good for you. Keep doing your thing on the dance floor and on the ice, and I appreciate once again you stopping by College Hockey Now.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, he would definitely win the dance-off between you two guys, but you won the beard off.
I got a few years on him.
Had the better beard, for sure. The Cornell Big Red, they'll be seeing red. They're coming off a tough week, and they took a couple to the chin. How will they bounce back against Union here? A very tough team.
They're a good team. They are having a good year, but you got to keep your eye on two guys, especially if you're Cornell.
Ooh.
Spencer Fu is one of them, and Mike Vecchione is the other. Fu tied for second in the country in points with 43. He is unbelievable. Then on the other end, Mitch Vanderlyn for Cornell, their guy.
Yeah, that's one long blue bar for Fu. It's never easy to pick up the ASN Elite 8. It's so much fun to choose them, though. We'll let you watch it. That's fun, too. Coming up. It's ASN Top 8 time. If you like the show Breaking Bad, Harvard's Sean Malone prefers Breaking Good. This is a good break, thanks to some English on that shot.
Blocks the shot, then off to the races. Nice quick release. Defenseman tries just a little too late.
Minnesota State's Brad McClure, no relation to Troy, that's a Simpsons reference, cuts through the middle, sniper!
Also went to Simpsons World.
Right back to the Universal.
So, yeah, but no, love it. Great angles, nice shot.
You didn't buy a Homer tie, a Homer Simpson tie?
Did not.
They're good. Nice puck movement for UMass Lowell. Ryan Lohan, final pass to Twine, power play snipe.
Bar down, Ryan Ruck absolutely shocked on this one. Love this angle. There wasn't any room on that short side. Don't tell Lohan that.
Well, Jonesy, you love it when netminders make the list, and man, does Colorado College's Alex LeClaire deserve it after a 45-save shutout against UND.
Just locked in all night. Loved everything as much, but maybe not as much as Charlie Finn's unbelievable diving save right here for Kotyk.
Goalies need to react fast. You reacted fast to that quick change there. Miami's Josh Melnick with the most exciting play in hockey. The shootout goal. I prefer natural hat tricks, but that's just me.
A little shake and bake head fake. Love it.
Ferris State's Corey Mackin. Brilliant setup for Gerald Mayhew.
These two are probably the best skill guys on Ferris State. They know exactly where each other are on the rink at all times.
Oh, look at this. I get my favorite play in hockey. Northeastern's Dylan Secura, natural hat trick in the third period alone. All of them in the third to beat Lowell.
Yeah, just absolutely put the team on his back, though. Dylan Secura with an unbelievable performance, picking up a huge Hockey East dub. Great patience on that last one as well.
You know what's better than the natural hat trick?
What?
The natural hat trick +1 in natural form, pulled off by one Austin Matthews in the first game of the season for the Toronto
He's
Maple
a
Leafs.
Toronto guy. Homer, that was biased.
I'm an Austin Matthews guy.
We all are.
Yeah.
We're not, because he didn't play college hockey, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good point. We'll end it there. Speaking of college hockey, another great doubleheader this weekend. Let's talk a little bit more about Cornell heading to Schenectady, New York, and heading to our ASN headlines as the second half of our doubleheader.
Huge ECAC tilt. Honestly, there's a ton riding on that game in terms of standings, so it'll be a good one on ASN.
Hey, if you want to watch us, head to liveonasn.com. For anything else, you can stream the games there. We'll see you next week. Good job, buddy. Enjoy the games Friday. That was weak.